So, what was your favorite part about Power Rangers?
My favorite part about Power Rangers, on the show, being a superhero, you know, because like I told you at my karate school, my instructor was Scorpion. And I thought it was cool that he was a superhero. And being a kid, I can never grow up to think like I'm gonna actually be a superhero that's gonna last that long, you know what I mean? And to be a superhero, I think is the best part of it. And another best part of it is to, I guess, to reach out and complete people's dreams and or guide them through life, because you guys, no matter what, are all kids still to me. You know, I don't care like how you're like, oh, I used to watch you. It's like there's still a guidance, like whoever said about being a role model, there's still a guidance that we both use for myself and for you. When I say something up here, like you need to be disciplined and dedicated, and when you're having a bad day, that's because I am, and I try to relate it to you all so we can be on the same page. And I think that's why fans relate to me, because I don't hold myself up higher like a celebrity. I'm like everyone else. I think it's boring to be normal. Like I joke around with my little girls, like, Daddy, you need to grow up. I'm like, you need to grow up, you're 9. So I'm like, do you want me to be boring? Okay, so I'll sit at dinner, I'm like, Jenna, can you please pass me the salt? And then she'll do it, and she'll be like, okay, that's boring, stop. And I'm like, Jenna, don't talk like that at the table. It's like, I just can't act normal. But anyway, the best part about being a superhero.
Oh, like when you was fighting your friends.
And beating up Goldar.
Thank you.
And throwing the principal around in the dino fighter. Fighting the principal. What was her name again? Yeah, that's it. Is that Elsa? Elsa?
Hey Jason, you're awesome.
Thank you, buddy. Like green and Jenny. Looking good.
Just want to say, love Power Rangers through and through. I'm still a dedicated fan even to this day. I've also recently started watching the original Japanese Super Sentai shows that Power Rangers are based on. Okay, and I also watched the one that Mighty Morphin was based off of, Ranger. Now, here's my question for you. Out of all the Japanese footage that was used for the 5-part Green with Evil episodes, what's your top 3 favorite Japanese scenes you had a voice for?
They didn't make it because I wanted to die. I was like, you know, it's so violent, man. Let's use this footage. They're like, sorry, we can't. It's a kid show. And then even when we used the Ki, we were like, can you smile when we Ki? I'm like, really? Because I was a real fighter coming into Hollywood. So when we watch it, they stopped us instantly from watching the original Japanese footage. Because it was just like, cool. A little bit violent. A little bit, you know, and we'd be like, oh, I wish I could do that. Like, in fact, I wish I can, like, kick people in the head. Watch the show, we can't have no head contact. Rangers can, but not out of costume. They never hit no one in the head. Does anyone know that? We just don't hit people in the head. And it kind of stinks. And then I had a smile, and then I really punched the stunt guys in the first season. And they're like, this is Hollywood, man, so I had to learn Hollywood Kung Fu. Then I was like, I can do that because Rita's like, ow! You Power Rangers! That's Hollywood Kung Fu.
Thank you.
So the new Japanese footage, though, the original MMPR people are coming back, I heard. For next season, or what? Not next season, Super Mega. What they're filming now in Japan. I saw a link on
Go. The latest one I've seen is called Go Tiger,
the
actually.
original Japanese guys play that role. I do want to meet the OG Green Ranger from Japan. You know, and I'm trying to make that happen. But I don't know.
You definitely should.
I want to. I want to take a photo shoot. Hold our dragon daggers. And the helmets. Yeah, of course.
What's up, Jason?
What's up?
Okay, the lady next to you said you're a very great storyteller. So, what is the funniest story about on this set of Power Rangers that you have?
Funniest, man, I have so many different stories. I don't know, the one I always talk about was this offset, because I thought it was funny about with, because they give us like per diem, like, you know, money to spend or whatever, and they give us a lot on the movie. They like give us like $500. So it was like, I mean, do you want me to like get driven towards drugs and other stuff? I mean, we're paying $500 for it, you know? So I gambled, you know, it was like a casino, so I was like, I'll just go there. And then Dave had, I lost all my money because I was like, this, that. And so Dave had like about 400 left, and I already know roulette. If you watch roulette, you just gotta time it, so when the ball rolls, they'll say no more bets. You know what I mean? Like, so I just timed it, and I would just watch the ball. And then I saw Dave, and I was like, just stalking, the ball was gonna roll, and I took his 400, said black, and he's like, hey, no more bets. And then it was like black, and then he was like, what? And I took the money, and I took 400, and gave him his 400, said, thanks, and then I rolled out. they destroyed the whole set on the movie though, that sucked or stank or whatever. Thanks. Because we built that whole awesome set, we filmed one day and they just destroyed it. It was crazy. And Disney, actually Disney destroys Zords and everything from Dino Thunder, and every season they destroy it all. So when they wanted to get stuff back for the season on Megaforce, how are you going to get stuff back? All of it was destroyed. They just destroyed it. They should put it in like the Power Ranger Museum or something. That would be cool. Yeah, or like doo-doo, they didn't destroy it. Nice shirt. Thanks for making me the shirt. He made me a Dino Thunder black T-shirt.
Actually, my girlfriend's the one that made the shirt.
Oh, your girlfriend made it?
Yeah.
You told me earlier, remember when I saw you by yourself, you said you made it? Yeah, no, I remember. Thank you.
All right. Well, first, I have two questions. First one, how comfortable were the helmets when you had to wear them on set?
I was probably the only Ranger, honestly, that was in helmet head. Because I just thought about that the other day. Because the Green Ranger, we ran out of footage. And so we ran out of Japanese footage. So me fighting Jason in the Dark Dimension was really me. You see, that's first season when they allowed us to do whatever we wanted to do. It wasn't that they allowed us. It was just like, yeah, can you do this? And sure. I was like, can I do it? Can I do it? And I was like that through the whole season. And then after a while, it was like, nah, stunt double, helmet heads, just for production-wise. Because they would shoot over here in helmet head, and they would go over here and shoot out of costume. So they just saved the time. But I was probably the only one in the helmets. And they came from Japan, so they smelled like sushi and everything. But it was like, I mean, nothing against it. It smelled good sometimes. But they're used, you know what I mean? So we had like put a used helmet on. Oh, don't act like you guys don't do that. You guys are like, oh, but you guys wear your underwear 2 times a week. Whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
The second question is,
I'll be serious.
all the lessons that Power Rangers have taught everyone, what's the one that you kept the heart most?
Oh, when I told people, man, we had to do public service announcements. We had to do public service announcements. Like the cigarettes have to add the pictures and the, hey, this can kill you, and people still buy it. We had to do it. But it's funny because everything I've done on the show came from my martial arts training through Red Dragon. Codes of the Dragon, the brotherhood, dedication, respect, cooperation, discipline, confidence, attitude, and self-respect. What are they?
Brotherhood,
Oh, what I
dedication,
just said. Very good.
brotherhood, dedication,
and then,
respect, cooperation, discipline, confidence, attitude, self-respect.
Very good, man. Good job.
Wow.
So we had to do the public service announcements and stuff. And I was a martial artist and I owned schools, and I was so tired of hearing people say, that's so violent, that's so violent. So my thing was, when I did interviews, they're like, so do you think karate's violent? And the producers would always watch me and I'd say, yeah, I think so. And I'd stop. The dramatic reality pause. And like producers be like, no, it says, if you don't educate your kids on what karate is. Because if you don't educate kids, it's going to be violent. But if you think your kids are running around punching, kicking, and blocking, get them involved in a martial arts program. You know, and so I think the best thing for me was just doing public service announcements and reaching out to the kids and talking to you. Try to promote a message, but it's just hard to promote the message when we used to interview in character. So the kids, you all used to think we're like completely real until kids were saying, where were you in the Oklahoma bombing? What happened to this? And so I told Saban, you better start using my real name because I'm not going to let these kids down and think that we're real. And so if you look at the fan club, it was all Tommy, it didn't say Jason Frank. And so we had to interview in character for the longest time until they got smart about it and said, oh yeah, we better do that. You know what I mean? So anyway, that was probably my best, if I answered your question.
Thank you.
Thanks for the shirt, man.